In this vlog, we will try to address few issues. Your Flutter app is actually working fine, but it is a bit laggy and you wanted to improve the performance of your Flutter app, but not sure where exactly you are going wrong. Because your Flutter apps work seamlessly, but it takes a lot of time to load the UI, or sometimes it might even crash. But when you inspect the code, you might not find out these issues because it is working perfectly fine. And this might be a very big issue for the beginners, and today I want to address few issues so that you can improvise your code. Quickly dive into this particular video. So here is the code for my list.dart here, and from the main.dart file I am being redirected to this particular file. And if you see this particular code, maybe the experienced professionals might find out the issue, but for the beginners they might not easily catch these issues here. So if you observe here, we have got this scaffold, and inside which we have specified a column to accommodate multiple widgets. We have one button and also an list view. If you observe, it is entirely my list class here. And let's try to run this particular code and see whether this works properly or not. So here our application is currently being installed, and once you install here, we will be able to see few logs, and most of us might ignore these logs here. And the logs are saying button is being clicked. Yes, I have clicked the button, and the functionality of the button is to increment the counter. Yes, that's it. It has got nothing to do with the list view, but you can clearly see in the logs even the list build is being called again. Why? What is the reason? And here you can see whenever you click on this particular elevated button here, you are incrementing the counter, and you can clearly observe we are calling the setState. So whenever you are calling setState, the entire my list is being refreshed, and you can see even the list view is inside this particular class. So even this is being refreshed again. So this is the primary reason. Even though we don't change anything inside the list view, we are able to see the entire list is being regenerated every time you click on this particular button. So let me clear the logs here and try to click on the button again. Here you can clearly see we have click 1, and let me click on it again. So click 2 here, again the my list build is called. So here you can see we are trying to refresh the list view multiple times. How to address this particular issue? So here I have rewritten the my list.dart here, and you can clearly see I have separated out the counter and list to separate classes. So let us quickly see the counter widget, and the counter widget is a stateful widget now. So whenever the state changes, only this particular class is being affected. I mean, only this particular class gets refreshed, leaving the list widget unaffected. And here you can see we have got the counter variable, and whenever you click it, the setState is trying to refresh, and the list widget is a stateless widget now. So let's try to quickly run this particular code. So now we are trying to run this particular code, and for the first time all the 3 logs should be printed. We have added the print statements in every file, and all these 3 to be printed first. So we can clearly see it is working perfectly. But earlier when you click on the count button, the list is also getting refreshed. Now let us see is the same scenario happening again. Let me try to click on the button, and here you can clearly see only counter widget is being printed, and only this particular class is being refreshed, leaving the list widget untouched. And you can ask me, list widget is a stateless widget. Maybe that might be the reason. it is not being refreshed. Let me try to convert it to stateful widget. Uninstall the application. Quickly I tried reinstalling and all the 3 logs are printed. Let me click again, and here you can clearly see even when I make the list widget a stateful widget, it is not being called again. So you can clearly understand now only this particular class is being refreshed. Whenever you are trying to create a list view, right, unknowingly we might prefer the list view here, but the proper way to do is making use of ListView.builder. And what is the speciality of utilizing the builder here is, let me try to show you first the issue. And so I'm trying to print this particular statement, and let's try to rerun this particular code here and carefully try to observe the logs, and you will only know the issue. So here you can see all the elements, like all the items are being printed to our log here, and you can see there is no reason to load all the items at once, and there is a better way to deal this particular issue. We need to make use of ListView.builder, and what exactly this particular builder will address this issue is, whenever you try to populate the list view, right, only the elements that are visible onto the screen are populated to the list view, and the rest items are populated once you scroll down. And what happens here is the view get recycled on every scroll. The previous elements are automatically dropped and new elements are loaded onto the list view. So this makes the code work in a much more efficient way. So if you are aware of the Android coding, there we have a recycler view. So it reloads the list view with the new data and try to remove the previous data once you scroll. So for example here, let me try to show you. Whenever you are trying to scroll the elements, right, so we are at 52. Let me try to scroll down. All the elements above the 63 are being dropped, and these particular new elements are loaded into this particular list view. And let me try to show you by implementing it so that you can get a very good clarity. So ListView.builder here, it accepts the item count, and the next thing is properly make use of item builder here and provide the context and also the index value. And again, let me try to add the same print statement here. Try to return this particular tile, and also we now need to fetch the items based on the index position. So let me try to run this particular code now, and let me try to uninstall the app first so that we can observe whether the issue is occurring again or not. You can clearly see only 20 items are being loaded to our list view. And what about the remaining items? Let me try to scroll down, and here you can see from 21 again the items are loaded till 29. We have reached the end of the logs. Let me try to scroll down again, and here you can see again the next batch of items are loaded into our list view. So doing in this way, this is the best way to load the items into the list view and display on your screen. These are the two issues which I want to address in this particular video, and I'll be trying to cover few more issues in upcoming videos. And also just let me know what are the issues you are facing in your Flutter application, and I will try to address them as well. So I hope you found this video interesting. If yes, do like, share and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content.